Neon Maniacs, 1986. Directed by Joseph Mangine. Starring Clyde Hayes, Leilani Sorrell, and Donna Locke. A teenager's friends are all killed by a mysterious group of monsters in the park one evening. No one believes her, until others start having encounters of their own as well. This film was recommended by a fan. Thanks for the suggestion. I was surprised this film made no efforts to reveal the creatures' faces. They're literally introduced in the opening scene on a bunch of spooky trading cards. This film follows a slight trend I've noticed in 80s horror, which is having a young horror enthusiast that figures everything out and saves the day while the main characters mope around and do nothing. Other films to do this include Friday the 13th Part 4 and The Deadly Spawn. The cast of this film doesn't really consist of any surprising names, but the crew behind this film include makeup artist Alan A. Apone, who has worked on everything from Return of the Living Dead to HBO's Westworld, and writer Mark Carducci, who would go on to write the screenplay for Pumpkinhead a few years later. I was getting very Army of the Damned vibes from the Maniacs. You had a mutilated Native American, a mutilated soldier, a mutilated samurai, a mutilated doctor who I figured was operating on the bodies of the victims they were taking to turn them into more maniacs. It's never explained why they were taking the bodies. What little information I could find online reveals that they are timeless interdimensional beings, and that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, the film was plagued with financial issues. Production was suspended for 3 entire months, entire parts of the script were scrapped or rewritten altogether, the origin of the titular maniacs is never explained, and most importantly, we never find out what happens if you collect those spooky trading cards, or what their market value is. The writer was eyeballing a franchise when he was penning this screenplay, but this is the only film in the series, so I'm afraid there's no Neon Maniacs cinematic universe at this time. Verdict, thumbs down. Unfortunately for this unfinished film, there wasn't enough to win me over. That concludes this week's review. If there's any obscure sci-fi horror film you'd like to suggest, feel free to leave a comment below. Make sure to tune in next time for another thrilling low-budget adventure.